past and future third grade students my sneaker collection. This is part 2 of sneakers I bought while on vacation. This video is going to feature 2 different New Balance shoes, and these are the 2 pairs I'm most excited about that I purchased, and I'm about equally as excited about the video in part 3. I did not specifically purchase those, so to speak, and you'll know what I mean when we get to that video. However, the first pair that you see in front of you is a pair I was so excited to see. So let's get into this specific pair, and then we'll move on to the second one after. Thanks for being here. This specific shoe is called the 2002R, and the colorway is described, if I remember correctly, as New Spruce. I don't have, again, the box for this, like I didn't have the box for the first 2 Puma shoes in part 1 of this series, because, again, I flew on a plane, did not have a checked bag big enough for the boxes, and so I can't show you the actual label, but I'm trying to use the memory I have as best as I can. Now, the sizing of this shoe, a lot like the Puma shoes in part 1, is different than the other New Balance shoes I've owned. Again, my standard shoe size is a women's 6, and that is a kid's 4.5. This is what we call a unisex shoe, meaning boys or girls can wear it. It is a adult shoe, though. This isn't a kid's shoe, to my knowledge. It wasn't with the kids' shoes at the store. However, for whatever reason, I tried them on even though they're a size 4 and they fit. So the sizing is behind the tag on this pair, and it says US 4, and it has the M because it says men's, but it's really for either or. It's very rare for an adult man to have a shoe size as small as mine, but never say never, I suppose. Overall, I just love this shade. I love the look of the long hair suede, which is why my students watching might think it looks like a character on TV, like a stuffy that has long hair or something. It's called long-haired suede, and it's just a version of leather that's treated to make it look like this. But the teal color is amazing because I have lots of clothes that will match this, and I appreciated that the rest of the upper is just shades of gray. So truthfully, this could match tons of stuff because this teal, spruce, greeny, blue shade can go with a lot, like orange, red, different types of purple. Like this will just really match a lot of stuff. So overall, I think it's a very visually pleasing shoe. I know that's just my opinion, and a lot of people watching this might think it looks like a dad shoe. It looks like, an old person's shoe. I don't know. You can have your opinion, and I respect that. I'm gonna have mine and still like the shoe no matter what people say, because the most important thing, other than the fact that I think it looks good, is it's comfortable. This is one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn. It's so soft right here. This outsole and midsole is literally meant to be comfortable because of all the support in here, and overall, it's a great shoe, and I feel so lucky to have found it because the selection in my size at this New Balance store was what I'd call less or minuscule to none. And so I'm just glad that I happened to get this pair that I did have in the back of my mind and had seen and wanted. It was a really happy accident, if you will, or coincidence. I'll make some sounds, and then we will go into the next New Balance shoe. So the logo has this texture on it, and I knew it would make that sound, so kind of sounds like a zipper or like something like a backpack. I don't know, that's what it reminds me of. This is very short suede back here. The holes are for ventilation to make it breathable. Right here with the logo is the same material as the N, and then this is mesh, of course. long-haired suede. Doesn't really make a scratching noise, but it does sound good to tap on. The outsole, I don't know why I flipped it. There you go. It says New Balance, says good traction, and this is cream. I hope it's coming up on the camera that way and not white. The outsole is definitely not actual white, and that's why the laces that came with it also not an actual white. This is like, in my opinion, beige, so I hope the camera's picking that up. Here's the right shoe. And yeah, I'm so excited that I'm filming this because that means I can wear them. I rarely film a video, or let me rephrase, I rarely wear a new shoe until I've filmed the video for it. So I always hold off on wearing them, and now I can wear them. So yay. That's the first New Balance shoe from the New Balance outlet. Let's go ahead to the second New Balance shoe. You can already notice a giant difference between the other 3 pairs of shoes I've shown in this series and this one. I kept the box for this pair of shoes, and that's for a reason, so I'd like to discuss that with you just a little bit. Here we see the New Balance logo right on the top of the lid. And as we go around the box, you are going to see the reason why I wanted to keep it. So, on the side here, let's make sure you can read it. It says, made in USA for over 75 years. And New Balance began, I believe, in Boston, Massachusetts, the company, and they made all of the shoes in the United States. For those of my students that don't know, most of the products that we buy at the stores here in the United States are made across the ocean in other countries, and so New Balance has lots of shoes that are made across the country, but they do still sell shoes called Made in USA pairs, and unfortunately the Made in USA pairs cost more, and that is because, I'll get some sounds in here, that is because so many of the workers for the Made in USA pairs have a higher wage, and we pay Americans here in the United States more than the people who make the shoes across the ocean get paid from their respective countries. So because we have to pay the people that make them more, they have to charge more for the shoe. And right here you can see it says New Balance Made, which is the Made in USA series, contains a domestic value of 70% or more. Made makes up a limited portion of New Balance's US sales. So they don't make a lot of shoes in-house or in our country, but because of the wages and the materials and the time it takes to be able to do it in the United States with all the factories and all of the right materials, they charge more, and they're really hard to access if you don't make a lot of money like me. So I have not purchased one of these Made in USA pairs, and when I saw this in the outlet store, I just had to try them on, see if they fit, because again, if we take a look, they are a size 4, and in my mind I was thinking I'm a 4.5. These are going to be too small, but do not worry, they actually fit perfectly. And I know that's frustrating as a consumer, which is someone who buys things. My students learned that in our last social science unit of economics this year. But as a consumer, you want your sizes to be consistent so you can buy them from any brand and not have a problem. That's just not the way that it works. Everybody's foot is different. All the brands make their shoes differently. So this is some random numbers. Doesn't even really tell us the name or the colors of the shoe, and just is what it is. But you can see that this was the price originally on sale, like it had gone on sale for $80, but the New Balance sticker right here signified that it was 30% off of that. So I did not pay very much for these shoes, which is awesome. Now, I can't remember how much these would cost originally, but it's got to be at least over $120, so I really got them for a steal. I'll go ahead and do some box tapping before I open them up and we go over the shoe. Let's open them up. So it's a separate lid, and right here, this is pretty cool. It says, with over 75 years of authentic American craftsmanship, I'm sorry, there's no S, craftsmanship, New Balance made in USA is designed without compromise. This pair represents our unwavering commitment to those who walk their own path. Dramatic. Probably should have traced as I read that, but that's okay. So once I move this out of the way, you're gonna see the shoe because there are no pieces of tissue paper. 3, 2, 1. Bada bang, bada boom. I don't know why I just said that. I think it's bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. My students know that. I did it in the wrong order. This is a beautiful pair of shoes, and you can see a common theme. I do love the crimson or burgundy maroon shade, and as you knew in part 1, that's because my dad went to the University of Oklahoma, and we just love that color. I'm going to take the shoes out, and we can talk about them a little bit more. So let me do that. Move this shoebox out of the way. The first thing you probably notice is I have 2 different laces in these shoes, and that's because I was curious to see if I preferred this style lace, which is thinner in terms of width, and you can't see the weaving pattern as much, whereas here you can really see that it's a wider width of a lace, and you can see that braided type weave, whatever you want to call it. This shoelace did not come with the shoe. It's from a different Nike shoe. This shoelace did come with the shoe, and it actually came with another pair of this style lace in navy. I didn't want the navy laces. I thought that it would look too dark. So I asked my friends which one they liked, and they actually preferred this one because it looks kind of vintage or old-fashioned. So I will be taking this out. I don't know if I have enough time in the video for you to get those sounds, but I want to be showing both shoes because I plan on putting this lace, okay, in this shoe, and that's how I'll wear them. Now, this specific model is listed, or the number, I should say. New Balance loves to use numbers. Right here, it's a 990. Okay, and it's like an original 990. Each of these shoes has a tag, and it says the same thing that is written on the box about the 70% or more. The back here has the USA abbreviation because, again, these were made in USA. You've got, what does this even, this is random letters, it looks like, I don't know, or random letters in this bubble thing. I don't even know if you can see it, but we've got a really, really pretty upper short burgundy suede right here, long burgundy suede, so it looks like a different color because it's a different type of suede, and then the blue suede New Balance logo with then navy blue mesh on the toe box, and again the outsole right here, or I'm sorry, this is the midsole. The midsole is cream, it's not white even these shoelaces don't match that perfectly. And these shoelaces are also not white, they are cream, which is why I was thinking, if I flip this way, that these might match that to a T, and they pretty much do. But let me know what you think. That's a good opportunity to comment down below which shoelace looks better, the cream or the off-white, I guess we could call it. And yeah, I don't know. I thought I was gonna put these in, but the more I look at it, and I'm sure when I watch this video back, I might change my mind. So let me know. Oh, no, okay. Well, down here this says absorb. And actually that might be what's written in this little clear thing. Who knows? The outsole, however, is also beautiful. Look at that cool logo in the middle. And then it says absorb right here. And it also says New Balance down here. And for whatever reason, the material that makes up this part of the rubber outsole is different than this section right here. This looks like a Cliff Bar, if anybody's had the fudge brownie, chocolate brownie flavor. That's exactly what this looks like, just a little bit darker. Anyway, the navy is right here as well. This is just, I wear a lot of blue and I love maroon, and so this combo I could not resist. My dad was with me and he's like, you've got to get this shoe, not just the green one that we looked at before. So I'll get some tapping sounds and then we will go ahead and wrap up the video. This is gonna make a cool sound. Let's see. There's no stickers in these, by the way, unlike the Puma ones in the first video of the series. Let's see if I can get the sound of me taking out. Yeah, it would sound really great, but I now can't decide which one I'm gonna take out, so maybe you guys can help me in the comments. I really hope so. Just a really, really nice shoe. And move these over. I've got the other one that we looked at first. And there we have the next two shoes that I got on vacation in Florida. And yeah, I managed to bring these two and the two Puma ones in various carry-on bags, so shout out to my parents for helping me with that. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to bring them back, and I'd have to find some way to ship them, which would have cost more money, which the whole point was this is an outlet mall, and I got all of these shoes for under $200, which is insane. So I think my dad and I did the total, and up to this point, because I know we have a part 3, these 4 shoes that you've seen only cost $220 or $10 or less. And for those watching that are not sneaker people, one of these New Balance shoes could cost about $200 because it's made in USA. So this was an amazing week of sneaker purchases, even though, yes, I know I didn't need any of them. I have over 60 pairs of sneakers, but these will definitely get worn. Thanks for sticking